Everybody wants brand sponsors. But here's the question: if a company wanted to sponsor you tomorrow, what would you actually send them? Not your Instagram, not a DM explaining what you do, something that makes it easy for somebody inside that company to understand. Who are you? Who is your audience? What are you building? And what exactly can we partner on? Fun. Because getting sponsorship isn't only about finding brands. Sometimes the problem is that you're not ready when the opportunity shows up. Okay, let's say you run a coffee club. Maybe you organize events once or twice a month. You got 50 people coming, then 100. People are posting about it. You've created a little community. And now you're thinking, okay, maybe a coffee company could sponsor this. Maybe a car company. Or maybe, a clothing brand, Nike, you know, maybe somebody could provide products, coffee beans. Great. Okay. So you email them and they respond. Can you send over some information about the partnership? What do you send? That's where a lot of small businesses and communities get stuck. A sponsor shouldn't have to figure out how to sponsor you. That's your job. If I'm approaching a company, I want to make the opportunity incredibly easy to understand. And one of the simplest ways to do that is a partnership kit. And this doesn't have to be a massive corporate presentation. Start simple. Who are you? What is the coffee club? Why does it exist? Who comes to your events? How many people are you reaching? What do your events actually look like? Then show them what they can participate in. Maybe they sponsor the coffee. Maybe they provide products. Maybe there's a branded activation at the event. Maybe they are incorporated into content. Maybe you create something together. The point isn't to throw 20 sponsorship packages into one page. The point is to help somebody see the opportunity. Okay, and please don't send a brand deck that's just 20 pages about you. The partnership isn't, look how amazing my business is. The company receiving it is thinking, okay, what is it? What's in it for us? And the audience, like, who are we reaching? How does this connect to our brand? What can we do together that we couldn't do by simply buying an advertisement? Your partnership kit needs to answer those questions. And here's where things have changed. You don't necessarily need to spend weeks designing the first version. So right now, there are tools that could help you organize the information and create a basic presentation quickly. You could start with a template, add your photography, your numbers, your branding, your logo, and your partnership opportunities. Get the information organized. But here's another problem. A template can make you look professional. It can't make you memorable. And those are two completely different things. If 10 coffee clubs approach the same company, you got to think about that, because these companies are getting like hundreds of emails each and every day for partnership. If 10 coffee clubs approach the same company using similar templates, similar photography, and the same presentation, or why would they remember you? And that's where branding starts doing a different job. Okay, so let's use something I've been experimenting with. I've been creating these coffee characters as design shortcuts that designers and business owners can adapt into different visual systems. So let's look at this one, side B. On its own, it's an illustration. But let's change the colors. Let's incorporate it into the partnership deck and then the event poster. Then the cup. Let's do some social media. Now imagine that character appearing at an event physically. Suddenly we're building something recognizable. And that's where this gets more interesting for a potential sponsor as well. The character isn't valuable because it's cute. No, it's valuable because you can do things with it. It's different. The logo might sit at the corner of your sponsorship deck, but the character can become a part of the experience. Okay, so maybe side B becomes a limited edition cup for the event. Maybe the sponsor gets incorporated into a special version of the character. Maybe the character is wearing, I don't know, a Nike shirt with it. Maybe there's shirt collaborations, a tote, sticker, poster, collectibles, again, social media content. So now we're giving the company something more interesting than, give us money and we'll put your logo there. They get that a lot. Give us some money. You're starting to create collaboration opportunities. The best sponsorships don't feel like somebody's renting space for a logo. They feel like something both brands created together, which is actually really cool. And you could see it when it comes out. That's what I've been thinking about if we're building a community and wanted sponsors. What do I own that the partner could actually build with me? Now, don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean everybody needs a character. Your asset could be something completely different. Maybe the event format, a certain photo style, a recurring challenge, a physical space, a product. It could be a piece of content. The important thing is that you're building something that's recognizable, that can be extended beyond one event. So don't wait until a sponsor emails you to figure out what you're selling them. Build the opportunity before you need it. Create the basic partnership kit. Organize your audience information. Collect your best, event photography. Document your numbers, everything about numbers. Think about what assets you own. Then create 2 to 3 examples of what a partnership could actually look like. You don't need a signed sponsor to mock up the possibility. If I wanted a beverage company to partner with my coffee club, for example, I could actually show. So here's what a collaborative cup would look like. Here's an event poster, the character, piece of merchandise. How would I would introduce, this sponsorship on social media with us? See, so now the person's reviewing the proposal, but they don't have to imagine everything. You're spoon feeding them. You're telling them. You're giving the visual construct of what you're trying to tell them. So you've made the idea visible. And that's the bigger lesson. Don't just ask brands to sponsor what you're already doing. Give them something worth partnering with. Don't just ask brands to sponsor what you're already doing. Give them something worth partnering with. Build the community, build the assets, build the sponsorship deck, build the sponsorship kit, and make it incredibly easy for someone on the other side of that email to say, I could see how this could work. I could see how we could work together.